So, dreaming is supposed to feel inspiring and magical, right? But what if I told you that the struggle that most of us feel, yes, the
Mhm.
struggle, is actually a part of this whole process, like it's mandatory. Hey, I'm Rashidat. I am a lifestyle coach for Black women, and I help us learn to work less and live more. By teaching vision and life skills, I help you design a life that feels as good as it looks because we're so much more than our job titles. That being said, on this channel, I share my personal journey to quit being a strong Black woman, practical tips to stop overworking, and how to build a life that's full of joy, rest, and freedom. Because life is about more than just grinding. So if you are ready to create a life that you love, hit the like and the subscribe button. And then do me one more favor, share this video with another Black woman who's on the same journey too. So with our dreams, I think that we feel like they're hard because we romanticize this whole idea of building and living our dream life. We think that because it's our dream life, it never has any hard parts, that if something hard happens, that that means that we're doing it wrong, that when hard things happen, the universe is against us. Listen, you're overthinking this. I really want to help you see that actually the struggle is a part of it. And I really want to give you some reasons why that's true so that you don't think I'm just blowing smoke up your behind. Okay. Because if you don't realize that there are some reasons why this struggle has to be hard, then you're going to get caught up in a lot of the things that will actually make this journey even harder. You're probably feeling like you're failing because you're like, listen, this is way harder than I expected. You're probably also in a practice of comparing yourself and your journey to every and anybody's that you meet. Oh, mine doesn't look like that. How did you get yours to look like that? Oh, I wish that my journey would have looked like that. And so you're always comparing and thinking, well, maybe if I switch and do things the way that they're doing, that it will finally be effortless. Can you tell I'm saying that's not true either? And then the third thing is you're probably questioning if it's taken me this long and the dream has been this hard, maybe it's because I'm actually not supposed to have this dream. Maybe this dream is not cut out for me. Let me tell you, all of those mindset things that you got are trash. They're lies, they're myths, they're not real. Instead, I want you to realize this. Your dreams are supposed to be hard. I know you don't want to hear that, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The number one reason is because you had to learn how to prioritize what was most important to you. Most of us don't know how to do that. A lot of times we go into dreaming, we're running from the things that we don't want. I don't want to work for that job anymore. I don't want to deal with that person anymore. I don't want to do this or that or that or this. And instead of actually deciding, okay, yeah, I don't want those, but what do I actually want? We just keep running from something and we never actually decide what we're running to. So when you start figuring out what's actually most important to you, then you get to prioritize it. And that's when you actually start to see more progress. And when you do that prioritization, you start cutting things out. I'm not going to make time for this. I'm not going to make time for that. I'm not going to make time for this because none of those things are helping me get the things that I actually want. So that focus gives you the clarity to go towards it and get it done. This is really key. You don't want to do everything. You want to do the thing that's most important to you. Get everything else out the way, and you'll stop seeing as many situations where it feels like a failure, and you'll start seeing more situations where you're making progress. Okay, so the second reason why it's been really hard to accomplish your dream, you dream big. What did you think because you dream big that it was just gonna be a big thing that just pops in your lap? I wish that it worked like that, but I can tell you, as someone who's been a dreamer and an executor my whole life, I love doing amazing things and taking risks. But the bigger I dream, what it tends to mean is that it's going to take me a little bit longer, a lot more clarity, a lot more figuring things out on the way, and a lot more steps back in order to get to the steps forward to the things that I actually want. And again, that's not a failure. That's a part of me actually being open to the risk and actually being open to the magic that better and bigger things that I even can imagine for myself can happen. I have to make space for those things. And when you dream big, you allow all of those things to happen. And yet, they're not just going to fall in your lap. So, the third reason why dreaming is hard as hell and why that's a good thing. At the end of the day, it makes you a much better person. It's making you a better person in the process because dreaming is a character building activity, y'all. It's one of those things that everything about you has to evolve, has to grow, has to become all that you were meant to be in order for you to be ready to truly receive the dream that you set out for yourself and beyond. You've heard the guru say, make sure you're ready for that dream. Because if you're not ready for it and you get it too soon, you're going to lose it because you didn't know how to handle it when you got it. So, this dreaming process, the hardness that's happening at every step along the way, is the part that's actually preparing you to truly be ready to receive that dream when it comes. And again, that's not a bad thing. You don't want to have to work that hard more than once, do you? How about be ready so that when you get it, you can actually enjoy it and keep it, and that the universe doesn't have to take it away from you? Okay. All that being said, you might be wondering, well, how do I know when it's supposed to be hard and when I'm just making it hard on myself and I need to actually switch some things? I truly get it because a lot of us make our dreams harder just by being the humans that we are. That's why I help my clients in my program navigate between the two. Because without that shift in perspective and understanding that the dreams are hard, and then also learning how to know when you're making it hard on yourself versus when it's just hard in general, you're probably going to feel very frustrated that things seem to never be enough, that you never accomplish a goal. And I think that's a good defining line for you. If you feel like you're never accomplishing the goal, more than likely it's you making it harder than it needs to be. But when you make this mindset shift, you'll be able to see that the hard is doing way more good for you than it is for holding you back. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad or that it's holding you back or that it's a failure. Instead, it might actually be the good that gets you exactly what you need, that puts you exactly where you need to be and prepares you for everything that's coming in the future. It's this contrast that you have to make space for because, again, dreaming is a character building activity. So now that you're set to keep going, even though this is hard, even though dreaming is a character building activity, your next step is to refresh your vision board rather than restart it. So here's a video to help you do that. See you next time.